Uh, Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin. I gave my latest you on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, Episode 102. Ooh, the Merciless Hunter. This is continuing to where we left off. I mean, we get to meet Kite now. Now that Gogen Taka and Sawatori had dual Kite, they know he's not messing around. I mean, he literally played. He literally played them, and he can see. Yeah, he can literally see. He counteracted everything he had. He used their own monsters against them, and 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 used brute force, to defeat them. So I'm gonna do a top five of this episode because I know this probably. No, I'm just new at this. I only recently started doing top fives, but this is one I like, and let's get started. Hey, number five, confronts Kaito. I mean, Kaito, he's ruled by anger now. Anger. He's not a kind duelist. He's willing to like literally. He said himself that he's willing to throw turn 1,000 Academy soldiers into cards for what they did. Yeah, I mean they destroyed his homeland and wrecked his life. And he's just, so he's not gonna let this thing down. I mean, his whole city was destroyed. His home is burned to nothing. Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's many people who are surviving now. Oh, it's definitely very hard to see, hard, see him. I mean, I remember in Zexo, he was definitely a tough duelist, but he wasn't the kind to not show mercy. Well, he kind of was. I mean, in the beginning, like he took the souls, souls, the souls who were of humans who were bonded to numbers. This way, and this is a little different, He's not doing this out of this need to save his brother. He's doing this a little bit for revenge for his homeland being burned down. But Yuya's not gonna let Kai just do what he wants and just randomly turn cards, like just go on a rampage. Hey, but he can't get through the kite. Number four, or the duel, or the duel. Like Yuya, he could, and they both start off, but Kite, he's not playing around. Like right off the bat, he uses his Cipher Wing monsters and summons Galaxy Eyes Cipher Dragon. And right off the bat on his first turn, which means he's not messing around. I mean, around. So basically, now that Yuya, he's gonna try to do his best as to confront Cipher Dragon. He even uses his pendulum, and his pendulum monsters, his best. Even performs. We also get to know about Time Sword Magician's pendulum ability, that he has the ability to double the scale, on another pendulum monster. For example, if there was a monster whose scale was level 5, it could become level 10. So you can summon monsters between level 2 to 9. So it's pretty impressive. I really like that. I don't collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards anymore. So it's like to seeing these two. And see these two, go and do the bad. I mean, Yuya, he tries his best. He summons both Drumming Kong. Both got their ace monsters out, and they're getting ready to clash. But Kite, he's not a fool. So, which leads to number three. I see you're dueling, basically. Kite, he was very prepared for Yuya, and his pendulum summoning. I mean, he duels Sawatori, who uses pendulum whose main dual strategy is pendulum summoning. And then there's Gongen Zaka. I mean, he uses pendulum and there's both pendulum and synchro, but mostly synchro. I mean, just from seeing that in those two battle, he can see how they handle it. Seeing how Kai, how he handles Yuya in this duel, using his cipher cards. One of the main strategy, he uses not only his cipher cards to build up his monster strength, but he also turns his opponent's monsters against them. And seeing how these two dragons, how they how their ace monsters clash, it's pretty damning. And seeing that he's using his own odd eyes against him, it's pretty tough. He survives using action cards, but Kai can see that now that he's using his action card not first for offensive move but for defense. I mean, Sawatori and move, yeah. And I also like that way that he keeps shutting down Sawatori. I'm like, you lost and you're bragging on too much. If you keep talking, he will turn you into a card, Sawatori. I mean, Sawatori is a narcissist. We all get that. which leads. One of the things I gotta note is this. Note is this duel is definitely also my favorite because we get to see how they handle each other. Um, Number two, Clash of the Xyz Dragons, and I use that term loosely because Yuya he wants to reach Kai, but he can't do that the way he reached with Jack. Back in the synchro dimension. The reason why he and Jack's feelings reached each other is because Jack wanted the same goal as he did, to bring smile and peace to the city. While Kai, he's ruthless, ruled by anger, and wants to crush everyone. So he summons out Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. It's quite clever. Clever, seeing new pendulum monsters, and how their abilities work. I mean, Yuya, he's trying to do his best. Using his strongest monsters, and he's using Xyz Summon, in his own version of Xyz Summon. And Kite is surprised that he could. How could someone like him use Xyz Summon? Who is he? Hey, I mean, and so he's never seen a duelist like Yuya before who can command different kinds of summoning. He can use the or strongest summonings. I mean, he can do that, but but it's gonna be tough for him, but Kai, he's not an idiot. He's prepared for Yuya. Even though Yuya managed to double his monster's attack points, and Kai he uses his cards, to summon another, Cipher Dragon and protects it and make sure he doesn't lose the duel right away. And while still keep having another one to finish Yuya off. It's definitely. I like how these dragons had a clash with each other. Even though it did end with a draw, I did like it how they clash. Even though it was only a draw, I would like to see if these two dragons battle again, and who will be the decisive winner. But we all know who it is. And my number one moment I gotta pick is my favorite. Yuto and Yuya become one. Because. I mean, we've seen Yuya himself being overshadowed by Kite before. For example, when he goes into berserk mode. But this time it's different. He's not being overshadowed by hatred and rage. Rage. Now that they're in Heartland and Yuto's home, he knows he's trying to convey Yuya everything, but trying to make sure he can the best way to reach Kite. That's why he performed Xyz summoning, so he can get through to Kai using the best way he knows how to. But also making sure that when he duels Kai to reach him to open up his heart, and one of the things one of the best way he did was summoning out Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Even though Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon probably didn't stand a chance against, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon didn't stand a chance against Galaxy Eyes Cipher Dragon. And I think he only summoned it for that reason, not to battle, but to show, but to open Kite's eyes, And Kite, he notices. Remember, they were both from rival duel schools. That means they dueled each other against him and Shun. So, at first Kite doesn't know. He wants to know, did you steal that card? Alright, but he can see a resemblance between Yuya and Yuto, seeing how they both perform the Xyz summon, all together, it's things start to go a little hectic until Shun comes back, and we also get to see that he's with those two other people. These two looks like they're members of the Resistance, but these are also the two characters that we see in the new opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and these two people who are talking to each other in the school as the city were being destroyed, and seeing how I want to know what role they have, what kind of connection they have to Shun, and Kurosaki, he tries to convince Kite that Yuya is his friend, comrades, that they went to the Xyz dimension together to stop the war, to stop Academia, but Kite doesn't want to listen. He said, "I'm done with all of you." One of the things I gotta note is that when Shun said Yuya's full name, Yuya Sakaki, he reacted to the name Sakaki. So does that mean that this happened? The reason why Kai doesn't want to duel, or want to join the resistance is because of Yuya or his dad? Because we still don't know what the hell his dad is. All I know is he's missing. So that's still problematic. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I love this episode. I give this an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because we get to see that's an awesome duel how he tries to reach each other. I don't know if Yuya probably would have won. I don't know, but knowing Yuya, he'll probably find some way to like to try to save himself. But Kite, he uses brute force and methods. He's strong, so he's not the kind of guy to hold backs. Yuya, he'll probably find a way to reach Kite somehow, but I don't know how. But that's gonna be in a future episode, and I can't wait for that. And I got to see the preview for the next episode. We get to see that Yuzu is in trouble and with the Tadamiya students. And we get to see looks like the return of a familiar face from GX. I hope so. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Sellavin. Okay, thanks for review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 episode 102. Bye.